Hello everyone and welcome to the Little Blue Fly. First, let me start off by apologizing. I've been really good having videos out every Sunday, and it just seemed like, yesterday, no matter how hard I tried, I was just moving like a snail. I'm sure it has something to do with being out in that garage again this weekend, unpacking my items out of boxes. I'm doing a big purge. I'm selling items. I'm putting items out on the shelves because I'm using things for fall and for Christmas. So just, really busy back behind the camera here. So just please continue to have patience with me. That being said, let's begin, shall we? Okay, so here I have shared this company before. It is called VR Candle, and she is on Etsy. I will make sure in my description box to share a link, and she also placed a very generous discount code for you all, a 35%. Okay, so to the left, this is how the boxes come. You open it up, it's beautifully wrapped. And then here we have this super sweet orange candle. At the top, you have this little gold embellishment around the wick. Well, when you light it, it melts, so the whole top portion of the pool of your candle is gold for a little while. I love that effect. So I went onto her site and noticed she had some orange candles, and I thought, how perfect, because it's going with the whole theme I'm doing for fall and Christmas. And then some lemons as well. So, who doesn't love the lemon? So I thought, perfect. Let's share some oranges and some lemons, since I will be bringing in quite a bit of citrus during these two seasons. Again, in my description box, I will have a link for VR Candle. I highly recommend this company. The candles they burn evenly, beautifully, and as it burns down, the globe starts to glow through the image. It really is a wonderful experience. So if you might be interested in these candles, again, go to my link, and or if you just go straight to her site on Etsy, in the coupon code, put the Little Blue Fly. Either way, there is a generous 35% discount waiting for all of you. Okay, now it's time to start decorating the buffet. All the lights are shut down. I tend to do this quite a bit. I keep the lights off, and then during the closer look, I just turn everything on for the ta-da. But I believe today, when we are decorating down below, I will have some lights on. So the first thing I would like to share is this wonderful, it's just a harvest. What do you call this? Well, it's almost like it could be like a cutting board with the feet on it. But anyhow, I will just call it a riser, a harvest riser. I love this piece because the backing of it is black. So every color that you place on top is just going to pop. Now, I have shared, so this one, I think it was thrifted. I don't remember. I just took a red sticker off of it. So I believe this was a thrifted piece, but it matches my placemats perfectly. I was very thrilled when I found this piece. I'm placing it right on top here in the center on the buffet because the table has quite a bit of the harvest going on as well. So I thought this would work perfectly. And as you can see, it has, you know, the feet at the bottom. And now to work with this dry floral arrangement. I put this together some time back, and what I like to do, and I will be sharing my storage solutions because I know many of you reach out to me about this. But when I make a floral arrangement and I don't want to take it apart and have to put it back together, I will simply just put a clear garbage bag over it and tie it in a knot and just store it up on a top shelf somewhere. I have several different, and the vase was purchased from Home Goods, just beautiful orange color. But I like to put all of my items on those very large industrial shelves that can be purchased at Costco. So I thought this orange would be just the vase and the dry floral arrangement perfect for on top of this buffet for fall. Now down below, I do have some faux flowers going on, but all the other ones are dry. And since we have, you know, quite a bit of the gold and the bronze going on with the mirror, I thought that these, where did I purchase these from? Home Goods. Yeah, many years ago. They're just perfect aged bronze, gold. And I thought it would look very nice on top of this buffet. Now, I will change things up a bit here in a moment. And as you can see, you know, these are like a charger. You know, you put plates on them. And I thought to go ahead and use these green plates because it goes so beautifully with the bronze. These were purchased from Hobby Lobby a few years back. I don't know if they still sell these, but it is the perfect green for the fall season. As you can see, the green works well with the botanicals I have up on the wall. So I'm pulling some of that green out for a nice, some warmth. And I have this glass, well, it's like a mercury pumpkin that was purchased from Home Goods a few years back. I still have the sticker on it. Whenever I can keep stickers on something, I will. Just because it helps me remember where I purchase items from. For those of you that reach out to me and ask, hey, where did you get that from, Bev? But I thought it would go perfectly on top of the green plate. So just layering things up, and then down at the end, I placed one up. I thought that would be a nice touch. You know, since we're looking down, I thought to make items taller at the other end, and on this side, just keep things a little bit shorter. It's great for depth and visual interest. Now I have these fabulous, I will be using a couple of them. These are artichoke plaques. I will link in my description box for Robin King Designs. I've had these for a few years now, and I love decorating with these during the fall season. And they could really stay out all year long. And it has the perfect gold going around, which works perfectly in this vignette. And always the vintage crackling in her images. Make sure to mention the little blue fly when you visit her for a kind discount. So I placed one down at the end and one closer here. And again, I'm just making sure to really stay in with the whole harvest theme of it all. These are wooden artichokes that were purchased from Hobby Lobby. I do not know if they are still selling them. I did give a tutorial on how to achieve this look. They were all white, and I just took out my acrylic paints. I have a video and step by step of how I achieved this look. Again, it was just water, acrylic paint, and some glaze, and just a little bit of time. And I had so much fun painting these. But I thought to add in, just a few of these artichokes to go along with the other artichokes and the harvest theme. Now I'm going to look at Hobby Lobby to see if they still have these. But I placed two up, two at one end and one here that's closer to us. And I'm just loving all of the green with the yellow. I mean, this color for this buffet couldn't be more perfect. I'm really enjoying everything I am placing on top and inside. So I added in a couple candles and candle holders and some glass covers. They were all purchased at Williams-Sonoma. Put in a nice festive color for fall in the candle. White would work nicely as well, but I just decided to bring in a touch of yellow. And I have just a few little picks here that, I placed together. And I will go ahead and some berries and add them down at the end. Not going with too much floral in this display, because the vase gives it all. And we will be going back up on top. But now down here at the bottom, I have the lights on up at top. The bottom ones aren't on yet because they're still charging. I left them on. I forgot to shut them off. So I zapped out the charge. Anyhow, they're so easy. They're in my Amazon storefront. I'll try to remember to share a link, but they are in my storefront. These are fabulous to put inside dark cabinets. But anyhow, the bottom will pretty much be staying the same. I want to keep my pink china down below with some cake stands. And you will see, even though it's fall and it's pink, it still works perfectly. It works in perfectly because my botanicals have pink in them. So everything doesn't always have to be so matchy-matchy with color. It's okay to bring them all together. Okay, so I have, these were purchased from, these placemats from Williams-Sonoma. I've had them for a few years now. They even made this print in dishes, and I wish I would have purchased them, but I did not. So just to add some depth inside of this buffet, I thought, hey, let's put some placemats up here. I have shared this technique before, and it's so wonderful to do and on an open hutch or here inside a buffet. It really does add depth to the decorating. Okay. I don't think I've shared this yet. I did make this some time back when I was living in California, and this one storefront just had the most unique gourds and pumpkins, and I thought to do a big purchase and put together a nice fall arrangement. Open up this flower a bit. But I said, I so hope I can fit this inside this buffet because it's just, wow, what a harvest display. I'm really loving this. I like the reel as well, working with the gourds and the pumpkins, but I believe I will always love my faux as well. And when decorating in my home, I'm not a trendy girl. I believe in decorating with the items that I love. I know quite a bit of individuals have moved away from using faux. Me, no, that's not the case because I still love it so much. Okay, so I have these ceramic candle holders, 3 of them. This was the tallest one. I have shared these before. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And I would appreciate a like as well if you enjoyed the video. And always a comment. Okay, and here is the shorter one. I have 2 this size. And I thought it would work perfectly inside the buffet. So I put one over here, and I had one more candle holder, so I just thought to place it in there because some of my candle holders will be in here along with candles. So I just thought, let's place one here. And I also put in a charger and plate that the same as up top inside. And just the greens and the golds and oranges and the black backdrop. It just, my heart's happy right now. If you don't already know that, it's very happy. Okay, so I placed 2 more of the candle holders over on this side, and here's one of the gourds. I'm going to, a faux one, just place it right on top of the candle holder because we don't always have to just put candles on candle holders. We can press in a gourd or a pumpkin or any other things. But the other ones, you will see a candle. Okay, down below, I had some extra green plates, so I put one on top of my Fostoria cake stand for now, and I have a vase, and then my leftover chargers, I placed them off into the corner. I will be adding more as the season goes along inside of the buffet. But I wanted to pull back so that you could really, get a look of just how truly delicious this room is. I'm so in love with it right now, this fall season. Okay, so many of you said, with all of the yellow, are you going to warm it up? I hope you can warm it up. Well, I think you're watching me do just that today. You can warm anything up. Okay, so this placemat was purchased from Rayleigh's. This is a grocery store chain in California many years ago for $2.99. So that stand that's on top of the buffet that I shared underneath the vase, they go together. Well, maybe back then I don't remember ever seeing one. Well, maybe my eyes just looked past it because back then I was really on such a budget many years ago. And these worked. I could afford a $2.99 a placemat. But look at the difference. It's all about, just trust the process, but it's all about layering up. So today I'm just sharing just another item here on the table. The plates are in the works of things, but just adding more harvest, touches of black. It just really transforms this table into just brings more warmth. And then I placed the candles, the oranges and lemons on here for right now, but this will change as we move along throughout the season. and then a couple lemon topiaries. Those were purchased from Pottery Barn. I'll try to remember to link them. I placed a charger underneath one of the orange topiaries because why not? Let's bring some of the bronze over onto the table, and you will be seeing more of it come onto the table as well. Just not today, but it's coming. Okay, so we're going to skip on over here now to this wall. I have these two yellow chests. The bottom one was purchased from an estate sale, and the top one from Facebook Marketplace. And then we are going to decorate inside of this very heavy ornate wooden frame. And then I have an orange topiary right to the side. I do have a video on me putting that together. But I don't know, those of you, if you remember or if you even listen to my videos, sometimes I wonder, are you guys listening to what I'm saying? Or do you just think I talk too much so you turn the volume down? I don't know. Anyhow, I did state that I wanted to put candles inside this frame and just have all sorts of drippy goodness going on. Not onto the furniture, of course. I need to get some little drip saucers for my candles, but I just would love to place many different candle holders inside of this frame. I have shared these before. These are vintage. And I will have vintage and new inside of this frame because I love working with the both of them. And I thought these just have the perfect French country goodness to them. So I placed them in the frame and I added in some battery operated candles with these. The others, so I'm working on getting them here. They're coming. But as you can see, you don't want to put real candles in these because it would catch the wood on fire. So we will have some of the flickering battery operated and real candles going on inside of this frame. And you will see that the two of them work beautifully together. Okay, so I shut the candles off for now, and now I will be adding in some more French country goodness with this brown basket. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because this was a recent purchase off of Facebook Marketplace, it was either $5 or $10. Maybe it was $10. Anyhow, I have these faux hydrangeas that were purchased from Michael's several years ago. When I purchased these, they were only $4.99 a piece. I kid you not. I just saw these being advertised, right? For, what were they? $15. $15 a piece. And I said, wow. So it really, don't be so quick to get rid of your faux florals. Hold on to them for a season or two. Because look, they go beautifully inside of this basket. Just the orange and two different tones, right? We have the brighter orange in the topiary and then the warmer orange in the floral. I have this wooden pumpkin, $12.99. Purchased this a few years back, as you can see from Ross. It was on clearance. How it made it that far, I don't know, because this is a fabulous piece. Thought to place it right into the back of everything just to give it that nice fall. And it just works so well with this French country look. I hope that many of you find inspiration from what it is, from what I'm doing here in my home. I really don't follow any rules other than just go with what you love, what makes your heart happy. And French country is definitely something for me. But again, if you have enjoyed this video, if you are new, I invite you to subscribe to The Little Blue Fly. I have another video coming out earlier in the week. I want to share a really fast, sweet treat that all of you can make for fall.